At an average premium of $300 to $400 a year, a personal accident policy may not be super expensive. But if you have been paying for it for the past 10 years, it would have amounted to more than $3,000. And if you're going to continue paying for it for the next 10 to 20 years, then let's get to know more about your personal accident policy today. Firstly, a short disclaimer. All materials and contents found in this presentation are strictly for information purpose only and should not be considered as an offer solicitation to deal in any of the products found in this presentation. Hi, I'm Vivienne, bringing you the lowdown on insurance policies, investments, everything and anything to do with building your financial portfolio in Singapore. As a financial advisor who's not linked to any insurance or investment companies, there's really no need for me to specifically promote any one product. What I really want to achieve here is to ensure that you know your plan well, so that in the event of an emergency, I can be able to better serve you. Today, I just want to touch on one useful feature of most PA plans available in the market, as well as one pitfall which you ought to be aware of. And the one useful feature is, do you know that on top of accidental death and total disablement, most PA plans also pay for medical expenses incurred due to an accident? One insurance company defines accident as a sudden, unforeseen or unexpected event which happens to the insured person during the period of insurance and which is the sole cause of the injury to the insured person. Share with me, when you think of an accident, what is the one event that comes to your mind? For most people, they think of a traffic accident or a sports accident. For others, it may be a cooking accident, cutting vegetables and suddenly cut your finger, or frying food and the oil splashes everywhere. Yes, indeed, that happens during all meal preparations. In fact, according to the MOH website, accidents account for more than 80% of all hospitalizations in Singapore. In the event of a hospitalization, one can definitely use a shield plan to cover. In Singapore, citizens and permanent residents are covered under a national scheme called the MediShield Life, which covers basic hospitalization and surgical procedures in Singapore. Most Singaporeans also opt to integrate their MediShield Life coverage with an integrated shield plan. I've discussed some of the integrated shield plans available in the market. Do check them out in my channel. Back to what I was saying. Where was I? Accident, yes, accident. However, if the accident wasn't so serious that it involved a hospitalization admission, can you still claim from your shield plan? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. A personal accident plan steps in to mitigate out-of-pocket medical expenses incurred due to an accident, especially when you can't claim from your shield plan. For example, I had a client, a very pretty babe. She's actually my beautician. It was a rainy day and she was using the foldable kind of umbrella. After she was done, she kept the umbrella, and you know how we would use our hands to smooth down the umbrella fabric? She felt her finger being pricked, but it wasn't very painful, so she didn't think much of it. But later that night, after she washed her face, she looked up and saw her whole face covered with blood. There were multiple tiny cuts on her face. She was so puzzled. What had happened? Then she realized that a splinter of an umbrella fabric was stuck underneath the skin of her finger and had scratched her face when she was washing it. Umbrella fabric can become splinter, man. Have you heard of it? She, being the most meticulous babe who unclogs all my blog posts like a boss, tried so hard to pick at the splinter, but she couldn't get it out. In fact, she couldn't even see it. By the time she was done, she gave up. It was already late at night and all the clinics are closed. A doctor friend told her that sometimes this kind can only be removed by surgery or prayer. So she went to the A&E department of a hospital. She had to get an x-ray done because even the doctor couldn't see it. In the end, she got some ointment to apply on the wound and was told that the healing process would push the splinter out. And yes, her PA plan covered for the whole ordeal. This is definitely one of the strangest tales of an accident which I've ever heard of. Almost as strange as the one which someone went to the market, walked past the fishmonger who was descaling a fish, and one of the scales flew into the patron's eye, causing his vision to be blurred. What are some of the strange accidents you have heard of? Share it with me in the comments. By the way, do you also know that some PA plans in the market extends this coverage to infectious diseases like dengue fever, food poisoning, hand-foot-mouth disease, SARS, H1N1, tuberculosis, so on and so forth? Let's use dengue to illustrate. Dengue fever is caused by the Aedes mosquito carrying the dengue virus. From what I know, there is no medication to cure dengue. Medication is prescribed to manage the symptoms like fever, headache, vomiting, muscle joint pains, and skin rash. A person's immunity has to kick in to bring him to recovery. But through the whole course, a full blood count has to be done regularly to monitor the situation. If the platelet levels drops too low, it means that her blood have difficulties clotting. The person needs to be hospitalized to monitor in case there's any internal bleeding. A popular remedy for increasing platelet counts is to drink lots of coconut water and 100+. What are some of the dengue remedies you have heard of? Share with us in the comment section. To re-emphasize, if the patient's condition was very bad and she needs to be hospitalized, then the medical bills can be claimed from her Shield plan. But if her condition wasn't so bad and she didn't need to be hospitalized, then the constant monitoring and numerous follow-ups can be very costly. So here, the PA plan which my client bought has helped her to recover some of the medical expenses incurred. I have to add an important disclaimer here that different PA policies work very differently. Not all extend cover to infectious diseases, and even not all cover all the conditions which I had mentioned just now. You really need to read the policy wording very carefully. Treatment with alternative medicine practitioners like licensed chiropractors and Chinese physicians are also claimable from some PA plans. Paying for medical expenses is only one feature of a typical personal accident policy, among many others. Some insurance companies offer really rich coverage, like even covering for missed staycation due to accidents, among many others. We can chat more in detail over Zoom. Just scan the QR code or use the link to book a slot on my Calendly. And now I'll move to the one pitfall of most personal accident policies which most people do not know about. Unlike life insurance or your Shield plan, which guarantees renewal as long as you pay your premium on time, most PA plans do not guarantee renewal. Every year, the insurance company looks at the experience of the insured person's account and decides whether to invite them to renew for the following year. I know I may sound pragmatic saying this, but there's also no reason for me to hide or embellish anything because I represent you to build your ideal financial portfolio. But the matter of the fact is that insurance companies are profit-driven companies, and there's a price that's carefully calculated to every benefit they offer based on statistics. If they were to offer guaranteed renewal like a life insurance or Shield plan, then the premiums they charge will never be so cheap. I had once fallen into the trap of thinking that it was my lucky day when I chanced upon this personal accident plan with a guaranteed renewal feature, only to realize later that the other benefits they offer are so much lower than a typical PA plan. And I can only blame it on my own oversight. But I can't say that because of this, it's a lousy plan. There's no such thing as a best plan or worst plan, only one that is suitable for your needs or not. Perhaps for another person who is already adequately covered by other plans, this guaranteed feature serves as an excellent backup plan. Which brings me to also quickly mention that upon renewal, the insured is required to disclose again if there are any material changes that is an increased hazard to the insurer, like a change of occupation. A family doctor is usually classified as lower risk than a surgeon. So if your occupation is changed from a family doctor to a surgeon, then being in a higher occupational risk category, your premiums are higher. I prepared 3 quotations from 3 different insurance companies for personal accident policies, available for download in the description box below. Please feel free to use it for reference, but remember to read the policy wordings carefully before signing up for any insurance policy. Feel free to contact me if you're interested in any of the plans, and I'll send the policy wording documents to you. Oh yeah, as most PA plans cover a person whose main country of residence is in Singapore, so if he moves overseas for work or anything like that, the PA plan may not continue to cover him. So it's also necessary to inform the insurance company, who then decides if they would offer the renewal to this person. Okay, I've only covered 2 main points today, but I've already talked for more than 10 minutes. Thank you for staying with me to the end. I would love to chat with you on this subject or your insurance risk management in general. Do book a slot on my Calendly for a Zoom-based meeting. So I think this is it. Drop me a comment to say hi, like and subscribe to my channel, tell all your friends about me, grab your free resource, join my Wellnex community. See you around and be blessed in your finances and in your life. Bye!